This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Jack Threads.
Glenn Beck is, as we know, a questionable character, to say the least. And he loves violent imagery. You know, when I say, for example, you beat them with a political stick, I say proverbially, I just try to be careful, just in case someone misinterprets. Glenn Beck is not nearly as careful, okay? Again, to say the least. When he uses violent imagery, he goes all the way with it. He's going to use it here in relationship to MSNBC. Honestly, I can't quite decipher what he's trying to say. All I know is that there is a lot of death in there, okay? So let's watch and try to figure it out together.
If I may make a prediction, they are going to make this into a talking point, a regular talking point. You are going to hear the liberals come out and start to throw MSNBC under the bus and throw them under the bus hard. And here's why. MSNBC is marked for death. If it is sold to Comcast, Comcast will run it like a business. If it remains liberal, it will just be a good liberal station. It will just run things that will actually get ratings. If it's not, it will most likely just be a news channel, or I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with it, but it won't feature Keith Olbermann, and they know that. And so just like everyone, as soon as they start to outlive their usefulness for radicals and revolutionaries, they shoot them in the head. And that's exactly what's going to happen to MSNBC. And they'll offer up a false choice. They'll say, look, we're willing to get rid of MSNBC. You just get rid of Fox, and then we can have real news. Mark my words, that's what they will say. We'll get rid of MSNBC and you get rid of Fox. Yeah, really? You'll do that? Oh, you'll shoot the shows that nobody watches on one that's marked for death anyway? Oh, well, how big of you? I don't think so.
Now, I've listened to that 3 times. I'm still trying to figure it out. Why is MSNBC marked for death, other than the fact that he loves to, mark things for death? Or why are they going to get shot in the head? The best I can figure out is that he's saying that liberals are going to throw MSNBC under the bus, which, by the way, on which planet? For what reason? And I guess his theory is they're going to throw him under the bus so that they can get rid of Fox News too. But who's making that deal? In which conspiratorial world is somebody going to go, and what are they going to do? Tell the president, okay, you know what? Or Republicans and Democrats in the Senate, they can't get rid of Fox News. They can't get rid of MSNBC. That's not how the world works. They can't just make it do, all right, fine, you get rid of Fox, we'll get rid of MSNBC. Democratic senators don't control MSNBC or Fox News, neither do Republican senators, neither does the president. What's he talking about? I think he just wanted it as an excuse to say the liberals are going to kill their own, they're going to shoot people in the head, they're marked for death, and they suck, and then, by the way, randomly in the middle there, Keith Olbermann will not be working there anymore. Based on what? Right? And by the way, if you notice, in the middle of his mad ramblings, he also said, it'll either be a good liberal station with good ratings, okay, or it'll be a news station. Yeah, so? I mean, but that doesn't match what you were saying before or after. None of it makes any sense. But, in some ways I envy Glenn Beck, because I have to sit here and connect the facts and make sense and have it be logical every day, right? He is not burdened by that. He's got an audience that apparently doesn't give a damn. So he comes in and he's like, X, Y, Z, murder, death, shoot in the head. Yeah, liberals, weird, terrible, communist, Maoist. See? I don't see, Glenn, but I guess your audience doesn't give a damn. If that's how they roll, I guess that makes your job easier. You don't have to bother trying to make sense. All right. Look, unfortunately, what I think some in his audience will get out of that is, yeah, MSNBC, marked for death, shoot them in the head. I got it. Now, look, honestly, if you told me that 2 years ago, I'd say, well, that sounds crazy. Probably nobody will get that. I'm not sure if that's what he's intending, except he says similar things about the Tides Foundation, and then somebody got in a car with a lot of weapons and tried to kill everybody at the Tides Foundation. Luckily, cops caught up with him before he did. And then when interviewed in prison, he said, yeah, Glenn Beck's the great teacher. He told me I got to go get the Tides Foundation. That happened already. God, if that had happened with one of our listeners, I would be mortified, and I would come out and every day I'd be like, my God, don't do that. What are you nuts? Right? Now, Glenn Beck, totally undaunted, comes out, yeah, marked for death, shoot them in the head. I mean, look, I don't know if he's encouraging it. At the very, very least, he's completely oblivious to the incredibly violent images he's sending out. But I think a lot of people are going to call me naive if I think he's actually oblivious to it. But is he that bad? Does he really want to get people? I can't believe that, but maybe I am naive.
Jack Threads is a new sponsor for TYT. They're a members-only online shopping club, but because you know us, you're going to get in. Aren't we cool? But here's a key part to it, 80% off. Hello, up to 80% off of some of the top apparel lines in the country. Game over.
Right.
So go to jackthreads.com/TYT because it's free to join, and you get all those discounts, and you avoid the pain in the ass. The ending of this commercial is a little schwang wang wang.